life, it'll spin and spin. Psychodrama, that patent just drug in the motherfucker. This time, really, nigga, it's so serious. You don't know shit about my pen, shit about my friends. Shit from deep down within them. Start with the hormones that bother me the most. Deep down inside is a lot of them. Ghosts and goblins, ghouls and demons and hobbits and shit walking around in my noggin. That's my first problem. I got a lot of shit to try to solve, but I can't cause I'm starving. Mind on overload, no control over nothing no more. Look at my photo close. You'll see the eyes of the man who dies and tries. Time and time again, but I rise like Miss Angelou with my pride, and I try to get right back at it automatically. In it again, ain't no static that'll keep me from rapping. That's what I was born to do. Warning you niggas that death will become of you. Some of you do understands that my hand will be playing that bullshit, pushing and killing me. My adrenaline pumping, we slumping and dumping fucking bodies. Ain't that just egging it? So around and around, I sound profound, shit world renowned. And now we gon' show you the flows that blow you out the water. Div, I know the shit was rolled down. Homie, my town and child and tribulated where they took all the steps. It's just the circle that turns around on itself.
Trials and tribulations, nuisance buck inside, up and down, parallel to the heavens.
It's a circle that turns round upon itself.
Yo, Mac 91, west side of shot. ABC Youth Center just having fun. Then in 9-3, came the Red Cherokee, Londa Rush, Junior, Buckside, and me. And we was just riding around, smoking and drinking, making up silly ass raps and singing. Blunt funkin', Boosie Collins, and flip shit. 94 Traveler, picnic and gripping. Magic, Chief was like, damn, gotta have it. Took us to tracks and we blew his way backwards. With a style like no other, but me and my brothers ain't no all around niggas dubbing our shit and beating it all in the projects. By 95, fuck it, we took it and dropped it and rang hard through the city and suburban streets and prison yards, and we was like, oh God, what's all this commotion? They bum rushing us like we stars. Some rappers was fast, others was slow, but that flipping and pimping shit was all on. Now here it is, 8 years later, through the tears, bad deals, death, trials, and tribulations. We done watched the whole nation and music evolve off what? Our little creation, and even our own people played a part in operation. Keep drama out the game, but I bet they all gon' remember our names, 'cause we still capable of rechanging the game. Put a new face on it, bring tears to the eyes of those that waited on it. Who that is? Who that is? War life niggas, y'all need to quit hating on it. That's a circle. That's a circle.
And it goes around itself. Now, you ready? Spin around for a second itself. Now, spin around for a second itself. Side effects, I'm thinking of premeditated death on clones of psychodrama, and they know we caliente fuego, puta maricón. My flow is a bone, my sense is a vibe. A visa island, they bump us in the box. Excuse my French, cause my accent is raggedy. I was raised in the city of tragedy. Westside Chicago, the horror and agony. City of church, tabernacle and majesties. Don't give me the suspect and get you the circle. Leave off, now I'm pimping my species. Unleashing these thoughts that be secret in mind. Bitch niggas know that they don't know my kind. Can't understand what I said in my rhyme. When he got beat up, bring it back on rewind. Cycle the drama, the plus is the 9. 7 the seal and the 5th is the sign. Creep from behind, get the land in your spine. God is the 12, the 6 you will find. Soon after you lay 6 feet deep in the pine. I put in work, to the dirt. 9-inch nails, believe me, they hurt. Side is the medic and buck is the worst. And nuisance the vicious, they came back around. Then open up Burberry, laying them down. Idiotic tendencies, dodging attention. We talk about Mexico, don't you dare mention me. Now you know side that flew over the cuckoo's nest. Don't got my money, get popped in your noodle chest. Abandoning me, friending me. Lucifer got you believing your enemies. Creeping up on a motherfucker, looking something like a sweet Vic. Better get beat up and broke down, take it for his dividends. Got me when you do that shit, it comes back even more confusing. Nigga, take your last breath. It's a circle that turns round upon itself.
What up, Taco Crew? It is a pleasant Tuesday afternoon here in my city. And we have some wrestling to talk about. Brother, let's go. What is going on? Everybody, My name is Jesse, aka your very own one and only Shottown Smark. And once again, this is Headlines and Reactions Live. How's everybody feeling today, man? I'm so happy that you guys were able to join me. And if this is your first time here, first off, welcome. Thank you. Second off, what we do here today is we will pull up some of the bigger named wrestling news sites, and we will see what they have posted today. We will see if there's anything interesting, and we will see if there's anything of importance. But the whole gig about today is this is my first time seeing them. So this is my fresh reaction to whatever news articles we find. And so far, I am enjoying this series. So far, the feedback from you guys have been very positive. So I am happy to hear that you guys are enjoying this new format. And I am going to continue it. All right. I am going to expand on it. Hopefully improve on it. And there's probably going to be a couple of different versions of it. There'll be a live one, such as this one. And I would also do some pre-recorded ones as well. I think it just depends on the day and what else is going on that day. We might have a watch along going on that night or something like that. So I may do the video upload on nights that I have watch alongs, things of that nature. But I am so happy you guys are here. Quaz, what's going on? 420, Nick, Tay, what is going on? MJ, Nate Gray, I am so glad you guys are here. Henry, thank you so much. We are going to pull up a couple of the usual suspects today. We have WrestleZone, one of my favorites. All right, and let's pull up good old SRS and Fightful. All right, let's see here. We'll pull them up. Also, as well, I forgot to mention, I keep forgetting to mention, and forgetting to put that in the chat, because if there is a news article that you particularly are interested in, if you can just do me a favor and cite your source, all right, so that I can pull it up. Because what I don't want to do is just be commenting on a site that's just not credible, or B, just a news story that someone probably made up. So if you can cite where you got your info from and kindly donate to the channel, I will pause what I'm doing and cover what you want me to cover and give my fresh thoughts on it. Let's see. There you go. I'll just put it right there like that. Started as a goal. Boom, pow, bing. And there we go. Let's get it, man. I do dig this format, man, because we can kind of get straight into stuff. So, like, for instance, Raw. All right, I started off watching Raw, but I didn't quite finish it. I didn't finish it. I think I watched like the first 45 minutes of Raw, so, which is about what, you know, my tolerance would be. And went on and did something way more interesting, like watching grass grow. things like that. So maybe I can cover some of Raw. I did it with SmackDown last time, and I just felt so wrong, man. I felt like that I wasn't doing the show justice, even though everyone that I know said that the show did not need to be treated fairly because it didn't have any justice. It did not have any justice. So let's get into the first article we come up with. How about that? First article we have here. Let's go to WrestleZone. Refresh. John Cena reacts to R-Truth's WWE departure. That actually sounds interesting. Let's roll with it. What did heel Cena have to say? John Cena reacts to R-Truth's WWE departure. John Cena pays tributes to R-Truth. On Sunday, R-Truth made the unfortunate announcement that he was being released by WWE. The move came as a shock to everyone, as Truth has been considered a lifer by many. He had been with WWE for the past 17 years and also had another run in the company from 99 to 2001, with a successful run in TNA in between. Many of Truth's peers, including Rhea Ripley, Kevin Owens, and more, shared their support for Truth after they heard the news about his WWE departure. Another very important figure in Truth's career is John Cena. Also acknowledged Truth's status by posting a message on his Instagram account. Normally, Cena shares cryptic images without captions, which he says is a chance for the fans to interpret themselves. However, it doesn't seem like anything is up for debate here. Let's see. John Cena was Truth's final feud in WWE. The pair wrestled each other at Saturday night's main event on May 24th. Truth had a long-running bit where he referred to Cena as his childhood hero. This was despite being 5 years older than the current WWE champion, and in character. John Cena acknowledged that this didn't make any sense either. Truth was disappointed in his hero's recent heel turn and said that he might not be successful, but wanted to try to bring back the Cena everyone knew and loved. For the match, R-Truth adopted a babyface Cena look, changing his name to Ron Cena for the night. That was awesome. That was just funny. So I guess that's all he said. He just said that it wasn't right. You know, I mean, that's it. You know, it wasn't right, man. Let's put our cards on the table. I feel like there's no way this many people have something to say about this situation and there is nothing wrong with it at all. You know, I feel like, I personally feel like that Truth will be back. I feel like Truth will be back sooner rather than later in WWE. I think somewhere someone is gonna realize that this was a mistake, and everything in life cannot be about money, especially when it's not like the guy had an unreasonable contract here. As I'm scrolling through the articles, I'm looking at one right here that said something about, let me see if I still, where is it? Nick Khan selling over $4 million of WWE, of TKO stock. $4 million he is selling of his TKO stock. You know how much money R-Truth made? A little over $300,000 a year. a little over $300,000 a year. I mean, this just makes no sense. This just makes no sense. I feel like everything that R-Truth brings to the locker room is worth that money alone. I feel like WWE spends more money on that than in catering a year. Sincerely, I feel like they spend more money than that on so many frivolous things that keeping a guy, I'm not saying you keep everyone that has any sentimental value to the company. I'm saying there's exceptions to every rule, and I feel like R-Truth fits that exception in this particular case. You know, at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want. They chose to not renew Truth's contract. And that's just sad, man. If I had that kind of money, 300 grand a year is worth it for the morale of my locker room alone. If I can keep a guy on the roster that doesn't give me any problems, if I had a guy on my roster that didn't give me any problems, that is a morale booster to everyone around me. I mean, he's a great person to have around. I'll pay that kind of money. I'm not saying I'll pay it to everyone. I mean, I think that's where people are getting this shit twisted. I'm not saying pay that kind of money to everyone that you're not using, and if they're a likable person, then you gotta keep them. No. What I'm saying is that Ron Killings is not everyone. And Ron Killings is the exception to that rule. So if you want to go around and cut costs, and you have to cut this, and you have to cut this, and cut that, then yes, it is a business, and that is just something that needs to be done, but not with Truth. You can just skip right over that. Notice how they let go of Carlito and R-Truth. WWE was like, we're letting go of Carlito and R-Truth. And the community was like, what? You can't get rid of R-Truth? Carlito's sitting around like, I'm right here, bruh. No one is sitting there saying you can't get rid of people that you are underusing or not using at all, or I mean, you have to cut budget. I get it, man. Just because you make a lot of money, you have a budget. I get that. You got to stay within your budget to manage your money correctly to make sure that you continue to be profitable. That's very understandable. Not with R-Truth, though. Not with R-Truth. They got rid of Sarah Logan too. Sucks. You know, it sucks for her. But R-Truth? No. No. Moving on. What else do we have here? Let's pull up Fightful. Fightful is where I saw the Nick Khan story. I don't feel like Nick Khan becoming $4 million richer is news to anyone or anything that anyone cares about here. Let's see. Let's do Raw. Let's take a look at Monday Night Raw. How did Raw play out? WWE Raw results. Let's see. WrestleZone is reporting that it's clobbering time. CM Punk hypes the crowd, comes out. So this is the part I did watch. Punk comes out. Sami Zayn came out. You know, I mean, is it, bro? Is it just me, or just everything in pro wrestling is lame right now? Everything and all of the stories, everything is just lame right now. Punk hypes the crowd for the show. Punk announces it's the summer of Punk. It's Money in the Bank time, and he has cashed in that contract twice. Punk plans to do it again. All right, that'd be lame. The crowd cheers as Punk announces he plans to win Money in the Bank. Jey Uso is his friend, but it's not personal. It's just business. I think that's a very tone-deaf line to take on the first show after they let R-Truth go. Don't come out and tell me it's business and to not take it personal. Please. Punk could choose to challenge John Cena, and that would be personal. Cena sold his soul to a bald fraud, and Punk's always had Cena's number. Punk calls Cena a punk bitch and proclaims it's time for Punk to become champion one more time. You are a punk bitch. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. He has not lost it. Best in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Sami Zayn interrupts. A "We Want Truth" chant breaks out, and it was a very, very lame one. So I saw some video footage of the "We Want Truth" chants that were going on before the show started. I feel like WWE did some production gymnastics to do everything they could to avoid the "We Want Truth" chants. They started off the show, with the with CM Punk coming in to distract everyone and have everyone chant this and chant that. Then they had Sammy come out and with his music going and all that other shit. I feel like they didn't really get an ample opportunity to really get into some truth chants until the women's match that came up, and they still didn't. I know there was a few vague ones out there, but I thought they were really going to lay into it. But what did I expect? It was Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was Oklahoma. They didn't pull that shit in New York. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pull that shit in a marked town. So, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What did we really expect? So, they go back and forth for a while, talking about, I'm going to win Money in the Bank. Let me tell you something, man. Whenever someone comes out before Money in the Bank and talks about what they're going to do when they win Money in the Bank, spoiler alert, they ain't winning Money in the Bank. It's not happening. It's just Pro Wrestling 101 that teaches this. So it is what it is. Women's Money in the Bank qualifying triple threat match. Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, and Ivy Nile. Winner, Stephanie Vaquer. Question for you guys, chat. Is Stephanie being pushed too quickly? Is she being pushed too quickly? Personally, if she wins this Money in the Bank match, yes. Like, absolutely yes. I don't even think she should be in the match. There's no need to put her in a match. If she's not going to win, she better not win. It'd be way too soon if she won. And if she's not going to win at all, don't put her in that match right now. She just got called up. Let her do something on the main roster to earn a spot like that. You can't earn a spot like that in one match. Let her marinate, bro. She's not going anywhere. You have plenty of time to push her to the moon. Booker T can get his rocks off. They have all the time in the world. There should not be a rush. I don't want them to ruin her by shoving her way too fast. Be patient. If she wins Money in the Bank, then yeah. Then she's being pushed unnecessarily too fast. We get the War Raiders versus the Judgment Day. This is when I changed the channel. This is pretty much when I changed the channel right here. I saw this like, okay, they on that bullshit. I'm done. Judgment Day wins. It says here, standard TV match. Not much to see here. The Judgment Day has new music. I mean, it's still Def Rebel music. I mean, so it can't be that good. I haven't heard it. We shall see. We have the women's intercontinental champion, Lyra Valkyria, screeches that she wants Becky Lynch to come out here right now. Get out here right now, Becky. I can see it right now. She's ready to Karen the fuck out. Let's see. Lynch does come out, but as soon as she tries to speak, Lyra tells Becky to shut up. Shut up, Becky. Lyra says Lynch has changed her. Valkyria had to get angry. No one has ever hurt Valkyria the way that Lynch has. Valkyria says she's going to beat the crap out of Lynch and ensure she never touches the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I am gonna beat you up, Becky. You are done. Is anyone interested in this feud? And here's the thing. That sounds really kind of messed up to say because Becky should absolutely be putting someone like Lyra over right now. But it's just I'm not feeling the heat there. I mean, we know that they're BFF, bro. I don't believe that they believe anything that they're saying. Not a single word that they're saying. I don't believe that they had a falling out. I don't believe that Becky wants to kill Lyra. I don't believe it. I feel like they've done a poor job at making me believe it because I'm just not buying it. Lynch says she doesn't fight in Oklahoma and walks away. Valkyria runs Lynch down up the ramp and attacks. Referees separate them. Blah, 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 blah. The crowd went into what chants? So this is the kind of crowd we have. We have a crowd that we expected or thought that maybe they were gonna hijack the show with our truth chants, and instead they gave us what chants? What? I have never in my life, not once, sat there and participated in a what chant at any wrestling event anywhere ever. That is so diabolically lame. Just replace the word what with sheep. Or better yet, bat. It is so lame. That chant was started like over 20 years ago by a retired wrestler who himself has said that he also hates those chants and he is sorry that he is the cause of them. And that doesn't stop the sheep from doing it. I hate it so much. So much. World champion Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. This sounds like an interesting match. As a matter of fact, let's read through it. Reed and Breaker work over Sammy. Sammy surprises Reed with a tornado DDT. Zayn manages to tag in. Jay clears the ring. Breaker catches Jay with a gut buster. Breaker sets up super spear. Jay counters with a super kick. Jay traps Breaker in a sleeper. Reed breaks it up with a senton. Zayn tries a dive and gets caught. Jay dives out of the ring and takes everyone out. Seth Rollins appears and destroys Jay with a stomp on the ramp. The referee calls for the bell. Man, remember the days of everybody praising Triple H and his booking? Remember those days? I read the title of this match. I read what it says. It says Jay Uso and Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. What is my reply? Ooh, that sounds like an interesting match. Okay, sure, I'm down. Let's see what it gives us. A DQ finish. Schmaz. Fuck finish. Looks like it was quick too. So there goes that. We have Kairi Sane versus Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan. I couldn't give two solitary shits about the two women in this match. And it's sad because Kairi Sane is awesome. Raquel Rodriguez is a wrestler. She is a wrestler that was in the match. And that's about all I have to say about Raquel Rodriguez. Let's see. Moving on, we have the men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. We have CM Punk versus AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano. It's an interesting match. Punk, AJ Styles, El Grande Americano. My pick for that, before I even go down and read who won, my pick for that, I'm not picking Punk. Because why? I mean, he does not need to be in Money in the Bank. And AJ Styles, I guess for that very same reason, I'm not picking AJ Styles. These are two guys that just do not need that briefcase. You know? And looking at El Grande Americano, the gimmick, the level of work that he's been putting in just this year alone, and that gimmick fits someone like Chad Gable. I would go with El Grande Americano. I would like to see him in that match. I would like to see him win Money in the Bank. Let's see. Winner of the match, El Grande Americano. Fantastic. Good. After the match, Rollins and Breaker and Reed destroy Zayn, Punk, and Jay. Looks like we have a 6-man tag at Money in the Bank. You know, it looks like we have a 6-man tag, Money in the Bank. No one's saying it's Solo. Solo has no heat. I don't think WWE did a good job with Solo Sikoa. I don't. I think making him the temporary tribal chief, that whole ordeal, that didn't work. No one believed it. No one believed that he was the leader of the same faction that Roman Reigns led. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just not that guy. He's just not that guy. Jacob Fatu is that guy, not Solo. So I don't think from the get-go they've been booking Solo Sikoa very well. El Grande Americano wins. Clearly, we're getting Seth and Breaker and Reed versus Zayn, Punk, and Jay. If they haven't booked it already, I don't even know. So let's see. Was that the whole show? Was that the whole show? That couldn't have been the whole show. What was the main event? Let me see. Because according to this, yeah, that had to be it. That doesn't sound like a 3-hour show, though. That doesn't sound like a 3-hour show, bruh. Let's see. We have... Let's see what Sports Illustrated has to say. What was the main event? That was the main event. That was the main event. That was not a 3-hour show. The main event was Punk and AJ. I have El Grande Americano defeats Punk and AJ. Oh, you mean the triple threat match? Okay, so yeah, that was it then. Man, that did not sound. If they made that, it was a 2.5-hour show. They made that what I just went over 2.5 hours. That must have been full of commercials and promos and just filler. That was not 2.5 hours of content. I don't know about that one, man. Fightful. What does Fightful have for us? Let's see. Tony Khan. Let's pull this one. Tony Khan doesn't want fans gatekeeping AEW. Welcomes fans who want to watch AEW with open arms. That's news. A wrestling promoter wants wrestling fans to watch his wrestling show. That's the news. Tony Khan replied to a user on social media who wondered if gatekeeping AEW was a keep idea. Bro, I'm reading what Fightful posted, word for word. Tony Khan replied to a user on social media who wondered if gatekeeping AEW was a keep idea, wanting to keep fans of WWE from watching. That is so hilarious. That is so hilarious. Like, what? First off, how can anyone gatekeep another? So this user thinks that there could be people sitting at home who are WWE fans, and then they want to go watch AEW, but they can't because some random user on Twitter says that you can't because you're a WWE fan. So they physically can't turn their TVs to what? This is an L Fightful. This is an L news article right here. This is not news. This is barely even an article. This is not. What? Like, what in the. What? Moving on. Let's go back to WrestleZone, man. Let's go back to WrestleZone, chat. I'm not allowed to watch AEW now. Yeah, no, you can't. See, you're not allowed to because apparently someone has gate kept. This is such a stupid fucking. Let's see. Cora Jade is officially on OnlyFans. Click. Let's see. Elena Black, formerly known as Cora Jade is officially on OnlyFans following the expiration of her non-compete with WWE. Elena Black has officially opened her OnlyFans account. Last month, Black teased that she would be opening an OnlyFans account in the near future. Now that she's free and clear from her WWE contract, she's able to do so today. Black took to social media this morning and teased the launch of her page today, tweeting out the official time. 3 p.m. Eastern, kissy face emoji. She says the page is now live and will set fans back $15.99 per month to view the former NXT star's content. Quaz. Where's my lead moderator here, man? If he's gone, he's probably somewhere watching her OF content. So it's very possible. And she's married. She's married? Who's Cora Jade married? I thought she was the one that wasn't she the one that was rumored to be having an affair with Punk? I'm not making this up. I mean, this wasn't like recently. This was like, I think like when he first showed up and he started taking these like up close and personal photos with her. If that was her. Has she been married the whole time? No one knows. No. She was with Braun Breaker. Is she married to Braun Breaker? This is news to me. This is news to me. I didn't know that she was married. And if so, was she married to Braun Breaker? Let's see. I saw some stuff on Twitter about The Miz. About The Miz taking down all mentions of WWE from his social media. But I can't find any of that right now. Has anyone heard about that one at all, chat? She was with Braun Breaker. They broke up in 2021. Okay, then who is she married to? I don't know. Let's see. This is the... Oh. So, okay. So when I uploaded the R-Truth story, there was no info just yet as to why exactly that release happened. It came out later that it was Triple H's call. That it was Triple H's call. Oh man. That's really bad. That's really bad. I understand being a business, but I lost so much respect for Triple H as a promoter to let someone like Truth go. I don't know what's on his plate. I can't pretend to know what's on his plate. But I just feel like that if there was anyone ever in the position to be made an exception for, then it should have been R-Truth. So to hear that it was Triple H's call, what was he thinking? Does Truth show up at Money in the Bank? This is not going to help with the Triple H racism allegations. And No, it's not gonna help. He released R-Truth and Carlito right after the Triple H allegations hit. That's not gonna help his cause at all. I don't think it was racially motivated. I don't. And I would love to sit here and say, see, this is proof that Triple H is a racist. I don't rage bait like that. I don't do that shit. If I feel like someone who's in the public eye is being racist, I'll call it out, and it'll be genuine. You know, I mean, and I'll have my reasons for it. This does not feel like it was a race issue. It felt like it was a money issue, and someone who's just fucking callous and just doesn't give a shit about people. And that's just wrong. It's just flat out wrong. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Let's cover one more. Let's go to another one of my favorite sites. wrestlingnews.co. Now, see here, we have WrestleMania 42, almost a done deal for Las Vegas after hurdles cleared. Is this the WrestleMania they took from New Orleans? Let's see. WWE WrestleMania 42 is reportedly almost a done deal to take place in Las Vegas, Nevada. This could potentially mark the second consecutive year the event will be held in the city. Brian Alvarez provided an update on the Wrestling Observer Live today, stating that several obstacles to Las Vegas hosting the 2026 event have recently been cleared. New Orleans was previously expected to host WrestleMania 42, but WWE shifted those plans, awarding the city Money in the Bank 2026 instead. That's a kick in the nutsack, man. As of today, they're still not confirmed for anywhere, but this morning they cleared several hurdles that were in the way of WWE going to Vegas for WrestleMania. Alvarez reported Vegas is apparently making a lot of concessions to clear the way for WrestleMania in Vegas, and I was told that as of today, it's almost a done deal. This has TKO Holdings written all over it. I have never, ever heard of Vince McMahon committing to a city and then yanking it away just to keep it in the city that it just did the previous year. That sounds like a TKO thing. You know, TKO and UFC, they love Las Vegas. They love Las Vegas. They would be in Las Vegas every month if they could. They love Vegas. So I could see TKO saying, no, we're going to take it from New Orleans and go back to Vegas again. Bro, TKO, and maybe I'll do a video on this. TKO is killing WWE to the point where, and I can't believe I'm getting ready to say this, to the point where I almost want Vince McMahon to buy it back. I mean, what are we getting here, man? What is this company right now? I almost want Vince McMahon to get it back. I feel like I would rather deal with all of his bullshit, everything that comes with Vince McMahon getting it back in control of the company. I'd rather take all of that than deal with TKO. It's that, I mean, my God, they have become some money hungry assholes. has WWE. The content is not even as good as it used to be. The ticket prices are higher. R-Truth got let go. They're keeping WrestleMania in the same venue for the second straight year. Like, is this the same company? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel the same, man. It doesn't feel the same. I mean, what are we holding on to exactly right now? What exactly is the biggest draw about WWE? I'm asking you guys in the comment section. Let me know. What are we holding on to here? Is it the storylines because they've dwindled? Is it the wrestling because that's trash? What do we hold? Why do we still have WWE on this pedestal? They have so much goodwill for just being WWE. They ask way too much of us to give us mediocre content with extravagant ticket prices. What are we doing here? I'm trying to figure out what is the shininess of WWE. What are we so giddy about with WWE these days? Because they seem to be failing on all fronts. They seem to just not be as cool as they used to be. You know, they had the story. They had the creative. They had that. That has dropped drastically. So what exactly is WWE doing to hold on to the interest of the fans? Not the wrestling. They keep giving us like 3 to 4 minute matches. The storytelling, it's been boring. The only thing that's up right now is the prices of the tickets. The prices of everything that they do. And then they come out and brag to us about how much money they've made. While you mean to tell me you've made that much money and you can't afford to pay the one wrestler that every fan seemingly wanted to stay on the roster at the minimum wage that you pay your talent. All of this money that you claim to be making from every show, every pay-per-view, we had the biggest gate in history. We made $4 million. Great. Then pay R-Truth $300,000. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard? I feel like if they did one extra pay-per-view a year, just one, and labeled it, the proceeds from this pay-per-view all go towards R-Truth's salary for him to stay on the roster, that motherfucker would sell out in minutes. In minutes. That's how much your fans want to see this guy on the roster. He don't need to be on TV every week. He don't. Well, as a matter of fact, we don't want to see him every week. We just want him to be available to be used when it's necessary, when it's appropriate, when it's funny. And most importantly, he's still on the road and in the back and keeping the locker room morale high. I think they took something like that for granted. And I think they have egg on their face right now. And they're paying for it. So it is what it is. Guys, we're probably going to cut it right there. There's not a whole lot of news going on right now. So there is not much. Again, I don't want to go through and cover just everything that they list here because not everything is interesting news. Not everything is. Let's see. Big changes for AEW TV is likely if Warner Brothers Discovery secures rights to UFC programming. Warner Brothers is trying to secure UFC programming? Yeah, that probably would suck for AEW. I mean, not entirely, but it can't be good news. You know what I'm saying? I see a couple of interesting things here, but I may save them for tomorrow. That is today's show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out and joining me. I'm going to try to do this. I mean, if not every day, every other day-ish. I mean, especially if we get some breaking news or something extremely interesting. So that will be it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Saw the light of the earth and I've been fucked up since then. This fusion, clenching, the might get that bitch contusions. It's two of Chicago's fucking gruesome. Introducing you the flux. Big dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? All over the world, it's the same old thing. Psychodrama, fluctuating.
My continuous output, my flow of ideas for years been thrilling in